Talking Points memo is about a legal victory for the Trump administration, at least temporarily, on this trans military stuff. Now, you may not think that's so important, but it is, because you have to take the tempo of the Supreme Court. All of this stuff about blocking deportations, about tariffs, about denying ideological concerns like Harvard and NPR, PBS, money, all going to come down to the Supreme Court. So you need to know what the justices are thinking. And this is an interesting ruling. So on January 27, 2025, President Trump issued an executive order, quote, adoption of a gender identity inconsistent with an individual's sex conflicts with a soldier's commitment to an honorable, truthful, and disciplined lifestyle, even in one's personal life. A man's assertion he is a woman and his requirement that others honor this falsehood is not consistent with humility and selflessness required of a service member, unquote. That is pretty harsh, but if you are going to run a military that consists of 1.2 million service people, you got to have discipline, okay? And in this country, we have spent, since 2015, $52 million on so-called gender-affirming care in the military. $52 million. I wouldn't pay a dollar. Not a dollar. If somebody enlists in the armed services and you're not drafted, we don't have that here, and then they decide to become the other sex, okay, you just resign. Get a general discharge. That's all. You know, we're not paying for it. I don't want to pay for anybody's gender-affirming care. I mean, maybe I'm a mean guy, but that's not on me. And I don't expect anybody to pay whatever I decide to do in my private life either. Okay? The other thing is that if you are the commander in chief, then you get to run the military the way you want. Okay? It's not subject to congressional approval. Only war, declaration of war is. But the way you run, you're the commander in chief. So anyway, Supreme Court issued an emergency lift of a block that bans transgender in the military. So it's lifting it. Okay, so for right now, if you're transgender, you can't be in the military. And if you're already there, I don't know what you do. But I guess you decide to pack it up. Now, Supreme Court said, look, we're not going to issue a written decree on this, and they did not. We're going to kick it back to the lower federal courts for their ruling, and then we'll take it up again. That's where it is. Okay, so the three liberal justices, Sotomayor, Kagan, and Brown-Jackson, they made it clear that they were dissenting, that they want this block on it. Okay, that's not a surprise. And then the Democratic Party, per se, opposes it, the ban on transgenders in the military as well. Roll the tape.
Frankly, the military has more things to worry about than the handful of transgender service members than this going out there and discriminating against transgender service members.
I don't think, I mean, look, the military does have more important things to worry about, but this shouldn't be happening. Okay? I mean, you can't have chaos in the barracks, and she should know, Senator Duckworth is an honored veteran of this country. She should know better, but politics oversees everything else. Summing up, got to take the tempo of the Supreme Court. You have to, because Donald Trump's administration is utterly dependent on that body to go forward with what it wants to do, and that's the memo.